Good evening, friends. It's great to be here. So you all know that 2024 was a crucial and ultimately successful year for our party. I know Conor and Ivana are going to speak to you more about this in their speeches, so I don't want to dwell on it, but just to say how pleased I am to be standing here in front of you all with an enlarged parliamentary Labour Party, a Labour MEP, a solid crew of councillors, and many of them elected for the first time in 2024. So results like this do not happen by accident, and they do not happen by virtue of luck. And I want to pay personal tribute to our many members and supporters here today whose energy, dedication, generosity contributed hugely to our success. You are the foundation of our electoral success, and I deeply appreciate the personal sacrifices you make so that you can campaign for our party and for our candidates. I know, like me, you are proud of the progress we made last year and looking forward to being part of the next phase of the party's growth. I also want to pay tribute to the staff who work behind the scenes, without whom these election results would not be possible. To all of the staff in head office, the staff in the press office, the party leader's office, and of course in all the various TDs and senators' office, thank you. It's a pleasure to work with you all and to work with such a dedicated, hard-working, bright and fun team. So our party chair, Lisa Connell, whose birthday it is today, has not only kept us, happy birthday Lisa, has not only kept us on the straight and narrow today, but is a well of support to me and our party leader and deserves all of our thanks for everything that she does for the party. Thank you, Lisa. Equally, our National Treasurer, Conor Power, who's also here somewhere, I'm not sure where, a more even-keeled man you could not meet, and thank you for all that you do, Conor, for the party. 2024 has to be a springboard for our party. On an organisational level, we need to continue to grow our membership, to attract younger people to our party and enhance our campaigning methods. That work has already begun. Thanks to the results we achieved at the local, European and Dáil elections, our values of equality, fairness and tolerance now have a stronger presence in council chambers and in the Oireachtas. We want to see our values shape the future of our country, and that is why we're committed to the growth and success of our Labour Party. In 3 national elections led by Ivana Bacik, we campaigned for constructive, principled left-wing politics, and we won the trust and support of tens of thousands of voters. We've used our enhanced mandate to articulate a vision for a fairer, better Ireland. At an organisational level, we've enhanced our digital campaigning skills, increased our policy and research capacity, and embarked on an in-depth review of each constituency. We are focused on building our membership, identifying candidates and being in a position to compete and, more importantly, to win in more local electoral areas and Dáil constituencies at the next elections. Yes. Our party leader's initiative to bring together left-wing parties, independents and others to support a left-wing presidential candidate was groundbreaking. Catherine Connolly's stunning victory in the presidential election has proved that the politics of hope and change can inspire a movement. Our success has been built on the support of our members. Again, I want to acknowledge your critical role in 2024 and your ongoing loyalty and dedication that you have shown to the party in good times and indeed in bad. We face the future with confidence, united and determined to deliver the radical, constructive change that our communities and our country needs. Finally, it is my honour to pay tribute to the many treasured members we have lost over the past year, and I would now like you all to stand to give a round of applause to those members who will appear on the screen behind me. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy the remainder of the evening. And just to say, for those of you who've not been here before, we're going to be on live TV, so phones off, nice faces, no picking the nose. And also for those of you getting the bus, the shuttle bus back to the train station, meet outside in front at just 5 to 8. Thank you all very much. I'll be later.
Comrades, friends, family, and my two brilliant councillors here in Limerick, the also affable, legendary councillor Joe Ledden, and to Pádraig Grail, who replaced me on the council. It's my honour to welcome you to nominally Limerick City for our first conference here in 29 years to introduce our party leader, Ivana Bacik. And what a year it's been, conference. 55 councillors, 11 new TDs, including 7 first-time TDs. 2 new senators, and we have even repurposed Aon as an MEP. Such is our commitment to the circular economy. We are a growing party, a re-energised and invigorated party with a new energy, and we're moving forward together. Limerick is a fantastic city. It is my city. I wouldn't live anywhere else. It's the home of rugby. It is the frequent home of hurling, and we'll get it back next year, Ellen. It's home to Dolores O'Riordan and the Cranberries, Frank McCourt and Richard Harris. Limerick has heart, it has soul and grit, but also many problems. An overburdened health service, a drugs crisis that has ravaged working class communities, and a housing crisis that sees over 50 people rough sleeping every night. Limerick needs more than the apathy of this clapped out, gutless government, cobbled together by Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and the Lowry and Western Alliance. That is why our job here is so important, because Limerick needs Labour back in government. I am proud to stand here and follow in a long line of Labour TDs, from Michael Keys, Stephen Coughlin, Mick Lipper, the legendary Jim Kemmy, and of course the one and only Jan O'Sullivan. They say you should never meet your heroes, but I am honoured to work and have worked with 2 of mine. To Jan, I say thank you for everything you have done for this country.
Good evening and welcome to this live coverage of the 74th Labour Party National Conference, coming from just outside of Limerick City this evening. Party delegates, TDs, senators, their MEP and councillors from around the country have gathered here for this one-day conference and to shortly hear party leader Ivana Bacik deliver her leader's address. Making the introduction is local TD and party housing spokesperson Conor Sheehan.
That is why this moment matters. This is the time, now is the moment, and we must rise to the occasion. Conference, please get on your feet for the leader of the Labour Party, my friend Ivana Bacik TD.
And enthusiastic applause there that you're seeing is all for the party leader Ivana Bacik. She makes her way into the hall, into this venue and towards the podium. She is TD for Dublin Bay South and the Labour leader for 3.5 years and has presided over some growth and success in the party. In her speech, she's expected to reference that success in recent elections, the European, the general, the local, and of course the presidential election. She's also expected to reference the housing crisis and the continuing potential for unity of parties of the left. She's meeting with her TDs who are lined up at the front of the hall there, members of her parliamentary party, 11 of them in all. And now she's getting onto the stage and she's shortly going to give us her leader's address. The Labour Party leader, Ivana Bacik.
Comrades and friends, a carja galer, Gramahagut Connor, Ta Ahas Morarum Vehansha. It's so good to be back in Limerick, and what a rousing introduction from our great new local TD, the brilliant Conor Sheehan. Thanks so much, Conor, for the really kind words. And thanks to all who are here tonight. A special welcome to our many new members here. And thanks also to all of you who are watching us tonight at home. Particular thanks to those watching who voted Labour in the local, European and general elections last year. We greatly value your support. With that support, a Labour MEP was elected for the first time in a decade from Ireland, Aodhán Ó Ríordáin. That never gets old to say that. And we now have 11 brilliant TDs, 2 new senators and 55 great councillors around the country. Friends, our party is growing. We have momentum. And that matters because our Labour values of equality, solidarity and fairness are needed now more than ever. As the politics of hate, the politics of the far right, threaten and intimidate our communities, we need to stand firm. Conference, we need change and we need hope. In last year's elections, we articulated our Labour vision for change and for hope. And our election results showed the appetite for that vision. Just last month, we saw the election of a new president who shares our vision for change and whose landslide victory has given us all hope. Comrades, the Labour Party were proud to support Catherine Connolly, our wonderful new 10th Uachtaráin na hÉireann. Catherine will build on the legacy of Mary Robinson, of Michael D. Higgins, our dear friend. Michael D. has been an inspiring president for the past 14 years. Gurav Mahagat, Michael D., for your outstanding service. We are so proud of you. Gurav Mahagat. Friends, apart from winning the presidency, Catherine's campaign had another tremendous achievement. It brought together the parties of the left, and other parties too. It united many of us who for far too long had focused on our differences, not our common cause. With Catherine's campaign, we have shown that an alternative politics, an alternative Ireland, is possible when we unite together. When we seek to end the politics of the past, represented by Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the Lowry lackeys. Catherine's win offers us real hope for the future. And friends, hope is badly needed. All of us can feel that need for hope. Communities feeling the reality of the housing crisis, the housing catastrophe. The impact of the cost of living crisis, when you've less money in the bank at the end of each week, each month. With bills rising, grocery bills, energy bills, insurance, rent, mortgage costs, all rising at a rate that vastly outpaces take-home pay. So thousands of hard-working families driven into a spiral of enormous debt. Another generation of young adults yet again facing emigration, and thousands of children homeless. This government of failure has no answers. This Conservative coalition, cobbled together in three parts. Two Civil War enemies, uneasily united and relics of a bygone era. And the third leg, made up of the so-called independents. What to say about them? They're also uneasily united, and by someone who truly represents the ghost of Christmas past, Michael Lowry. Friends, the politics of the past cannot offer hope to hard-pressed households. What did this government do in the October budget? They rewarded burger barons and big builders. They gave reckless tax cuts, massive giveaways to corporate chains, nothing for working families. That's why we need an alternative politics, a programme for real change, to deliver the massive public investment needed to improve lives and to support livelihoods. That's the core message of our socialist and social democratic politics. And over many decades, friends, we've achieved real change, social and economic. The Labour Party has made a significant contribution to the development of our state. We have never taken the easy option of just shouting from the sidelines. Instead, we have stepped up at times of huge challenge to serve our country, and for this, friends, we should stand proud. Because, Acharya, we represent the constructive left. Our strong Labour mission is for an active state, a state that can provide for those in need, that can build homes, that can end poverty, that can tackle the cost of living crisis, a state that provides public services that leave no one behind, regardless of class, gender, ethnicity or disability. A state that takes climate action measures to secure a future for our children and grandchildren. That harnesses new technologies to guarantee decency and respect for all workers. Housing, care, climate and work. That's our Labour vision for building better together. Friends, over the coming Dáil term, we have key priorities. As proud Europeans, we stand in solidarity with the people of Ukraine as they endure Russia's brutal war. And we stand with the people of Palestine, as we have always done. Friends, we must have a lasting ceasefire, an end to Israel's genocide on Gaza, and we must pass the Occupied Territories Bill on trade in goods and, crucially, in services. Taoiseach, I'm calling on you. Get the Occupied Territories Bill passed in full by Christmas. Here at home, the #1 priority is housing. The housing disaster, as we all know, is the civil rights issue of this generation. It affects every community and every generation. Like the father who broke down in tears with me on election day last November, having already had one son emigrate. His second son was leaving for Australia that very day. And this government has no answers for him. It gives no hope to his sons or to any of those locked out of home ownership. This government just gives an open door to speculators, for land hoarders. And that's what we saw in this week's repackaged government housing plan, so-called. Just old milk in new bottles. A so-called plan, really an admission of failure. By abandoning annual targets, by telling young people to hang in there, we get the message. This government has run out of ideas. And worse, friends, they have normalised the eviction of children. Yeah. Because by every standard, in 2025, to have 5,000 homeless children is a national disgrace, a national shame. And the Labour Party believes that a home is a right, not a privilege. By contrast with this government, we have clear, costed and constructive policies on housing for a radical reset, to tackle the scourge of vacancy and dereliction, to protect renters, to regulate short-term lettings and to transform the Land Development Agency into a state construction company, because only the state has the power and the capacity to build homes at the scale we need. Friends, just as we have red lines on housing, the Labour Party have red lines on climate. Because we believe in science, and unlike other parties, we take seriously the existential threat of the climate emergency. In our alternative budget, we put forward radical proposals to deliver on public transport, on cycling and active travel, on protecting our biodiversity and on generating renewables, to ensure energy supports also for the hundreds of thousands of households who are now in arrears with their electricity bills. So many people watching tonight who are impacted by the cost of living crisis. We offer you solutions to reduce childcare costs for struggling families, to achieve a universal childcare and early years system, also to ensure provision of decent services for disabled people and for carers, and to realise the rights of disabled adults and children at every stage of life. Because we in Labour take disability rights seriously, in the home and in the workplace. As the party of the trade union movement, we will end low pay and bogus self-employment, introduce workplace leave where women suffer miscarriage and early pregnancy, and create a statutory right to organise at work, because united we stand, comrades, divided we beg. We won't stop there. Labour stand for real and radical change on healthcare, on education and on criminal justice. The decriminalisation of people who use drugs. A real commitment to penal reform, no more prison deaths, and greater numbers of community Gardaí to guarantee safer streets and public places. Decent health care for all. Friends, we need an end to the two-tier health system and the rollout of Sláinte care in full. We must also recognise that we must improve health care for trans people in our communities. On education too, we recognise that school places must be guaranteed for all children, whatever their needs, whatever their abilities, and that education must be free at all levels and indeed that in our schools, church and state must be truly separated. Friends, for many years, Labour has driven constitutional change for a more progressive society. On divorce, on marriage equality, on abortion rights. Now we need further constitutional change to protect the triple lock and to secure Ireland's proud neutrality. And I want to pay tribute to our courageous defence forces. Their service in the Blue Berets of the United Nations has given Ireland a proud international reputation in peacekeeping, in active neutrality. Friends, to deliver on our Labour programme of change, we need a strong, sustainable economy. And the Labour Party has a strong record on job creation, on supporting investment, supporting enterprise. We've a track record of delivering growth, but not just for the sake of a budget surplus, rather to achieve our goal of equality. At every opportunity over this coming Dáil term, the Labour Party will put forward progressive and positive policies for change. And we will build towards our crucial goal, to deliver a left-led government after the next general election. That is our goal, that is our ambition, and it is ambitious, just like believing the Irish football team could beat Portugal 2-0. That was ambitious too. Of course, friends, there is one electoral contest facing us early next year, a by-election in Galway West. And we are very fortunate to have such strong Labour representation in that constituency. Our great councillors, Neil McNeilis, John McDonough, and Helen Ogbu. To be clear, Labour will be contesting the by-election. And we are good at by-elections. We will be campaigning on our vision for change. Of course, the by-election will take place at a very challenging time, with ongoing uncertainty due to Trump's tariffs and his trade tantrums, following a winter that's likely to be of rising bills and stagnating wages. So it's vitally important that we put forward a strong case for greater security. Now, for others, security just means military strength. For us, it means something more profound. When we speak about security, we mean secure homes, secure families and communities, basic financial security for households, and Labour can offer that security. It's the security of an active state, a state that provides a safety net in social protection, in healthcare, childcare and education, that guarantees the security of a decent pension, of proper civic amenities. Ultimately, friends, the security of a good life. That's what security really means, and that's what our politics offers. Because we do not just have the politics from opposition of protests and marches, important as those are to us as activists, but also we offer the politics of security, politics of wages and bills, of enough money in your pocket at the end of the month. And this practical and progressive centre-left politics is winning through with communities here in Ireland and internationally, as we've just seen in New York with the election of the great Mayor Mamdani. We've seen this closer to home too. We've seen it in Spain, with security being delivered there through Labour politics. Spanish household energy bills have fallen. Housing and public services are being delivered at scale. And Labour, through the Party of European Socialists, are working with our EU allies, particularly on housing, on climate and on our vision for a social Europe. As Ireland takes the EU presidency next July, Labour will host a gathering here of European socialist leaders, leaders who've shown that socialists can deliver in government and can achieve change for communities. Friends, we know that we must work together across Europe to resolve the housing crisis, with a common housing policy, to relax state aid rules and build affordable homes at the scale so badly needed, here in Ireland and throughout Europe. And we must work together across Europe on climate too, because we understand that the economic opportunity of the 21st century is the green industrial revolution. We understand that through a just transition, we can create hundreds of thousands of new jobs in Ireland and throughout Europe. Through wind energy and solar power, through emerging technologies, we must move fast and build things to deliver on climate. And we must promote the positive opportunities in just transition. The economic benefits of switching from fossil fuels to renewables, and the public health benefits of using bicycles and buses more than cars. The enormous benefit to us all of saving our biodiversity, of preserving nature, from Dublin Bay to Lough Neagh. We must work across our island and not just on climate. Labour is a party of Connollyite Republicans, and as leader of a Republican Party, I'm calling now on the Irish and British governments to set a clear timeline for the holding of a unity referendum. Friends, we don't want a fourth greenfield for its own sake, and we know better than to run a referendum in haste without sufficient preparation or groundwork. But we do need a clear time frame to allow for preparation of a green and white paper, for the holding of citizens' assemblies, and for the holding of respectful and considered debate, and to start that process of preparation towards a united Ireland. That's why we need a dedicated government department to carry out the necessary work of reconciliation and unity planning, because our goal is to build a new 32-county republic. In our new republic, just as now, the Labour Party will stand firm to ensure security for all our communities, including our new Irish, who have chosen to make Ireland their home. An Ireland for all, because our flag belongs to everyone. Conference, we condemn outright the ugly politics of racism, the hideous protests and attacks against IPAS centres and the recent horrific fire in Drogheda. We stand in solidarity with those families burnt out of their homes just 2 weeks ago. I'm so proud of all our Labour representatives who have stood firm against hate. Unlike other parties, we provide leadership for inclusion and tolerance, not dog whistle rhetoric on migration. Because we are the party of inclusion and of equality. Comrades, in its first 100 years, this state was defined by a 2.5-party system. As we move into the next 100 years, that form has been smashed. We now have 3 bigger parties, and we have significant differences with each of those. But we are closely aligned in our values with the Green Party and Social Democrats. And the election of Catherine Connolly as President has offered hope for an alternative future. It gives the chance for us to build on the momentum of Catherine's campaign, to unite and win, to break the old mould. It's a challenge for Labour, but we've never shied away from a challenge. As party leader, I am relentlessly focused on the future, on growing our party, growing our support base, not for the sake of it, but for the future. Because together, with a united left movement, we can develop an inclusive society, a secure society, an equal society. Friends, our politics are the politics of the future. For those of you watching at home, I invite you now, join us. Join the Labour Party. Join the Labour Party. Lanamid Eraig. Guramahagwev Galer. Onward.
A standing ovation there from Labour Party delegates, and members of the Parliamentary Party are on the podium with Ivana Bacik, congratulating her on her leader's speech. In that speech, she touched on the housing crisis, passing the Occupied Territories Bill by Christmas, constitutional change to protect the triple lock, and a unity referendum timetable. She also referenced continued cooperation of centre-left parties in order to make political progress in this country. Much for Labour parties to consider and to campaign on as this conference comes to a close. Agus Sinead and Dara Freshen, Lenor Glúdach Bio, or Hogal 40 Anoch Ibra, O Limnach Anoch. Ihawa Agus Slán.